Mheshimiwa Deputy Governor President, Mheshimiwa Elijah Memusi ambaye ni host MP, pamoja na Mheshimiwa Mamae na Parashina who are present here, Mheshimiwa MCAs present, our IG who is present here with the team that has come from the National Police Service, our regional security team, county security team, sub-county security teams present, our ACCs, our OCSs present, our chiefs, assistant chiefs, na wananchi kutoka Kajiado, amjambo. Good morning. It's afternoon already. Yeah, good afternoon. Mko salama? Kwani Kajiado inaweza kuwa baridi hivi? You know? Tulikuja tukifikiria tunakuja kubask. Jana tulikuwa Laikipia, it was very warm. Today we have been caught by baridi ya Kajiado. And thank you very much for coming. How many members of public are here? Wajana na our officers. Wananchi. Wananchi. Oh. Mumekaa huko, unajua walipokuwa wanasema salute, nilikuwa naona nyinyi mna salute pia. So sikujua kama kulikuwa any member of public. Jukwaa la usalama ni kikao yenye inaleta pamoja wafanyikazi wa serikali mashinani na wale ambao wako ofisi hapa Nairobi, lakini pia inaleta wananchi ambao wanaofanya kazi pamoja na afisa wetu wa serikali mashinani. Nia yetu ni kujadiliana kuhusu mambo yanayowakabili wana Kajiado kama wananchi, shida ambazo mnapitia, haswa yale ambayo yanahusikana na mambo ya usalama. Pia ni kuhakikisha kwamba tunajadiliana kuhusu changamoto wafanyikazi wa serikali wanaweza kuwa wanapitia katika sehemu mbalimbali katika kaunti hii. Nia yetu ni kuhakikisha kwamba tumeelewa ile changamoto mnapitia, lakini pia tumepata nafasi kuwasiliana na ninyi kuhusu sera ambayo tumeziweka na tunaendelea kuzindua ili kutusaidia tutende kazi yetu. Ninafurahi kwamba tuko Kajiado. Kajiado ni county namba 24 sisi kusuru, na katika Rift Valley hii ni county namba 10. Tumebakisha county zingine 4 ili tuweze tukamaliza county 14 katika region hii ya Rift Valley. Tunasonga mbele, tunataka kumaliza kutembelea kaunti zote. Na yale tunasema hapa si ya bure tu, si kuongea kwa minajili ya kuongea. Lazima tunaongea na inasaidia kubadilisha mambo ya watu wa Kajiado. Maoni yote ambayo yatatolewa hapa yanazingatia kuhakikisha kwamba tunapeleka taifa letu mbele. Na pia usifiche, ukipewa nafasi kama chief leo, hii ni siku yako ya kwanza ya kuongea directly na waziri bila kupitia regional commissioner, county commissioner na watu wengine. Pia wewe OCS ukipewa nafasi ongea mambo ambayo mnapitia directly. IG yako hapa leo, hakuna kungojea signal kutoka juu chini. Hii ni bottom up, kulingana na ile bottom up economic transformation agenda. Na hatutachukulia babaya mambo yote yenye utasema. Yote mtasema tutachukulia kwa njia bora. Mimi nitasema pia yangu baadaye, lakini kwanza tunataka kusikiliza na wabunge wetu hapa Deputy Governor, MCAs wako hapa watasema pia kidogo baadaye, lakini tunataka kuwasikiliza kwanza. So sema yote ambayo wewe umekuwa ukitarajia, hata maoni yote yenye utasema tutashughulikia na tutachukulia maanani sana. Na nimesikia maoni mingi ambayo tumepewa kwa hizo county 23 tumetembelea, na imesaidia kuboresha sera ambayo tuko nayo. Na mtasikia mambo yenye zingine ambayo nyinyi mnaomba. Sisi wenye wako hapa, kuna wengi walipandishwa cheo hivi majuzi, na ilikuwa kwa sababu ya kikao hii ya jukwaa la usalama. Tulikuwa tumetembea sehemu zingine, tukaambiwa mambo yenu, na tulikuwa na ninyi mkifuzu juzi, na wengine 300 tu ndio wamebaki. Kuna mambo ya kina chief ambayo tumeshughulikia kwa sababu ya jukwaa la usalama, na chief 1000 mwezi huu, kwa sababu ni tarehe 1 mwezi wa 8, mwezi huu chiefs 1000 wataenda kwa training na baadaye kupewa kwa promotion, kwa sababu ya yale ndugu zenu walisema hapo awali kwa jukwaa la usalama. So si hatujakuja hapa kuongea mambo ya kuongea tu. Pia kwa sababu ya jukwaa la usalama, Mheshimiwa IG alikuwa ametangaza kwamba kila mmoja mwenye hajakuwa promoted, mwenye ako chini na amefika miaka 53 kwenda juu, atapewa merit promotion. Wenye wamekuwa constables na corporals wanaweza enda juu kwa sababu miaka imesonga. Lakini jana kwa sababu ya msukumo ya kutoka jukwaa la usalama, amesema imepungua. Itakuwa anybody mwenye ako 50 years kwenda juu na amekawia kwa promotion, atawekwa automatic promotion kwa merit kusonga mbele kwa sababu ya mambo haya. So hatujakuja hapa kupiga gumzo, tumekuja kuongea mambo ile serious hapa. Na kwa hivyo ukiongea ile maoni umekuwa ukijiuliza, security ingeongozwa kwa njia fulani, ingeenda mbele. Sasa hii ni nafasi yako kusema directly kwetu sisi, na usipoteze wakati, usirudie yenye imesemwa. Nyinyi muongee, hii ni kikao yenu, nataka muongee wazi, tusikilizane. Na pia msifiche. Kuna wananchi hapa wamekuja kwa gari ya OCS wakikuja hapa. Sasa wakifika hapa hawataka kusema OCS ndio anauza pombe kwa hiyo village. Semeni, tutasikiza. Kuna OCS wamekuja hapa na chief. Hawataka kusema kazi yao inasumbuliwa na chief kwa sababu wanaona tutarudi huko tutabaki na chief. No, semeni tusuluhishe leo ndio tusaidiane pamoja. Hivyo machiefs wenye wako hapa, msiokope county commissioner, mniambie tu, msijali, tutasuluhisha na tutasameana. Tukifika hiyo mlango mambo imeisha. Na mtu akikufuata kwa ile maneno umesema kwa jukwaa la usalama, kuja kwangu. Sema maoni yako yoyote. Saa zingine hata unaweza sema kitu yenye iko imepotea. Tutakusamea tu, tutacorrect na tukisonga mbele. Tulienda mahali kuna OCS alisema punguzeni kuandika wamama kazi. Alipata siku mrefu sana. Alipata siku mrefu, lakini tulimcorrect kwa njia nzuri. Tukamweleza, tukamwambia ni kama alikuwa na shida mahali, alitaka kudeploy wamama kwa maandamano. Mama moja alikuwa anangojea mtoto yake, akasema siwezi poteza mtoto kwenda wa maandamano. Tukamwambia unge deploy huyo, unatafuta mwingine. Si namna hiyo? So lazima tukubaliane hapa, lakini hakuna mtu amechukulia hivi vibaya. Tulipomaliza tukasalimiana, tukampongeza na kazi ikasonga mbele. Na yeye pia akakuwa corrected, kwa sababu kama angesema kwa hapo angeendelea na hiyo mawazo huko nje. Lakini kwa alisema kwa hapo akasaidiwa, akanyoroshwa mzuri, ndio mambo isonge mbele. Kwa hivyo usifiche yenye uko kwa roho yako, sema. Ile wamama wenye wako hapa na wazee wako hapa, semeni ile inawasumbua kwa village huko, tumalize leo. Semeni leo tumalizie hapa ndio tuweze tukasonga mbele, kwa sababu muda umeyoyoma. Sasa nitarudisha kwa Bwana Wanjao, ama ni nani? Bwana Wanjao atasema machache kuhusu idara yetu ya usalama kidogo tu, alafu sasa tutaanza kuita assistant chief na chief vile county commissioner alikuwa anasema. Sijasema chochote, nitasema baadaye. Yangu ni kusikiliza kwanza, nitaongea baadaye na viongozi wengine watasema baadaye. Nilitaka tu niwapatie kuwa comfortable. Ndio msiseme juu hivi. Sema maneno ikuje tusikie. Na unajua wale rapporteurs, unaona wale wanalipwa kuandika maneno. So msisema kitu wataenda nyumbani bure. Na mwishowe tutatoa report we are targeting by November. Tunatoka report ya jukwaa la usalama Kenya mzima. Na itasema mambo ya Kajiado, itasema ya Narok, itasema mambo ya Nairobi, kila mahali. So msiwache mambo yenu ikuwe blank. Lazima mseme mambo yanawakumba nyinyi hapa. Alafu tutasema yale tutasuluhisha, na pia tutakuwa na document ya kufuatilia. Tulisema hii mbele pamoja. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki. Thank you.
Asante sana waziri kwa huyo mwelekeo ambao umetupea. Mimi nitaongea kwa kifupi. Kwanza nataka niongee kwa niaba ya Principal Administrative Secretary ambaye tukikuwa naye siku ya leo. Nilikuwa naye sisi asubuhi, lakini akawa na kazi zingine. Nataka tu kupeana general overview ya administration in Kajiado. Hapa Kajiado tuko na 8 sub-counties, 19 divisions, and 105 locations. Alafu tuko na sub-location 216. All those sub-locations are manned by 8 deputy county commissioners ambao wako hapa mbele yetu waziri. Tuko na 41 assistant county commissioners, and the reason why we have more assistant county commissioners than the divisions ni kwa sababu tuko na wale ambao wako kwa maofisi, wale wako kwa county office, wengine wako kwa sub county offices wakisaidia deputy county commissioners na county commissioner. Tuko na chiefs 105 ambao wanaman the 105 locations. Pia tuko na 216 assistant chiefs within Kajiado County. We have Bwana Waziri gazetted but not operationalized administrative units. Sub-counties we don't have, but we have 6 divisions that has already been gazetted but not operationalized. Tuko na 41 new locations that has also been gazetted but not operationalized. Na tuko na 87 sub-locations that has been gazetted but not operationalized. All of them have met the minimum requirement for new administrative units in terms of geographical size. As you are aware, Kajiado is a very large county in terms of size. Population, they have the requisite population, and then they have infrastructure to enable operationalization, and also most important is zitasaidia kupeleka services closer to the people. We don't have administrative units that have been proposed currently, so we have none. Maybe they will be proposed in the meeting. In terms of welfare of officers, through your support, Waziri, graduate officers, chiefs have now transitioned, most of them, to ACC cadre. Pia, most of the officers were made through the normal mandatory promotional courses like DPA, senior management, SLDP. Now, you are aware that the last cohort of DPA, wale ambao walibaki, already the plans are there. Hivi karibuni wanaenda for that training. Pia kuna plans for the training of chiefs. You have already said that in other meetings in other counties. So hivi karibuni wale chiefs ambao hawajaenda for training, specifically 1,200 chiefs wataenda for training in the near future, na waziri atatuelekeza kwa hiyo. Waziri, during your tenure, the last 1 month, tumekuwa na record promotion of officers, assistant county commissioners to senior assistant county commissioners and senior assistant secretaries. 394 officers has been promoted. And then we have also a record promotion of deputy county commissioners, in total 431. I know for most of my colleagues who are here, it has never happened in Kenya history where 431 assistant county commissioners transition to deputy county commissioners. It has never happened. Na najua wengine waziri wanajiuliza how watakuwa deployed in which stations. But we know that there are so many positions in the ministry as under secretaries and also in counties that these officers will fill. In the State Department for Immigration and Citizen Services, we have 6 departments. We have the National Registration Bureau, which is well represented here in Kajiado County. We have 8 offices. The National Registration Bureau, the sub-county offices. Tuko na 15 offices, division offices here in Kajiado. Now, in terms of registration, we are for the last financial year, we were able now to do 100% registration. Our target last year was 6,287, and we were able now to register 6,097. So we achieved our target. On civil registration, we have 4 offices, and 4 sub-counties have not been operationalized, and there are plans to operationalize 2 more offices this financial year, bringing the total to 18. Waziri, in terms of immigration, we have 2 border posts here. We have Namanga and like Dr. Border, but for other immigration services, people from Kajiado are being served by our regional immigration office in Nairobi at Nyayo House. So basically, that's what I wanted to say, Waziri, for the our State Department. Of course, we have other 2 departments. Tukona e-citizen at the State Department, which is represented virtually, not physically. We don't have physical places, but mnajua mna interact na e-citizen wakati mnalipa service za serikali. Na pia tuko na IPLS, Integrated Population Registration System, na pia is a virtual, it is represented virtually kwa sababu iko kwa mtandao na mna interact nayo wakati mnafanya hii kazi yenu katika hapa. So Waziri, tunashukuru sana. So nataka sasa kwa hii nafasi nimwalike Bwana County Commissioner ndio atuelekeze kwa hiyo programu nyingine ya kupata wale wanenaji
nilikuwa karibu nirukaruke vitu vingine. So Gladys Supoi, come and say something. Ndio wale wamekaa pale. Wengine mnaweza kuja mkae hapa karibu Hii viti iko na viti 4, so wanaweza kaa watu 4 hapa.
CSR, IG, our County Commissioner, Deputy Governor, MPs present, all protocol observed. Good afternoon. My name is Gladys Shurie, Senior Assistant Chief Sunday Sublocation, Mkutani Location, Kenyawa Division, Mashuru Sub-County, Kajiado. Sir, as chiefs and assistant chiefs from Kajiado County, we want, first of all, before we complain, we want to appreciate and thank you so big for initiating this forum. This is something that has never happened, and we want to thank your office for this. Again, we, the assistant chiefs and chiefs from Kajiado County and the entire Republic of Kenya, we also extend our sincere appreciation to the government through your office for prioritizing our safety and welfare by introducing the National Government Police Administrative Unit. We humbly request that the implementation of this special unit be fast-tracked to ensure our operation and carry out our services in a more secure and enabling environment. On behalf of National Chiefs Welfare, again, we are grateful for the partial sponsorship of our delegate conference held at the Kenya School of Government, Nairobi. We request for continuation of that, which is crucial for capacity building, policy alignment, and morale building. We are grateful to the government for entrusting 𝐗𝐄 with tree planting mandate. This is not only reaffirm our commitment to environment conservation, but also strengthen our role in achieving National Climate Active Goal. Sir, We, the undersigned chiefs and assistant chiefs through the National Chief Forum Welfare, we humbly present the following concerns and recommendations to the government through your office for urgent consideration and implementation. First of all, risk allowance and extraneous allowance. Sir, we request extension of risk allowance to all chiefs and assistant chiefs and all 𝐷𝐀 officers working in Kajiado County. Like any other person, for example, walimu wanapata risk allowance, lakini watu wa 𝐷𝐀 hawapati. So we request you consider us. There is also a problem in job stagnation, and we appeal for the assistance of waivers to address the prolonged delays in promotion among 𝐷𝐀 officers. First of all, tukishukuru kwa sababu there was a time it was done. Tunakuuliza mheshimiwa, lifanyike tena, kwa sababu kuna officers wamekwama kwa grade moja kwa muda mrefu. Again, there is hardship allowance for other officers and other civil servants apart from 𝐷𝐀 officers in Kajiado County. So, sir, we are also kindly requesting for that hardship allowance because Kajiado is diverse. Most of these chiefs come from far, na they don't have hardship allowance. As gazetted, because someone else spoke earlier that there are gazetted administrative units. Sir, tunaomba, when you operationalize those units, chiefs and assistant chiefs who are already in service to be given the first priority. Because most of the cases, we find that politicians take influence, and chiefs and assistant chiefs who are already working are not given the first priority. We request that whenever there is a creation of a new location or a new sublocation, already serving chiefs should be given the first priority because they have experience, and I normally see wakiandika ukitafuta kazi wanasema experience is an added advantage, and these people are experienced. Again, ya rais kwa sababu tunapata AI, tunaomba tu enable smooth running of the day and of security and political interference, compensation for injured, death, and property damage. Most of the officers, sometimes chief anafanyanga kazi 24 hours. Hata ukifunga simu wanasema chief hakuwa anapatikana, tunalalamikiwa. You are an officer 24 hours. But most of the times, for example, mimi ni lady. Kuna pali inabidi umeenda peke yako usiku na hauna security, because by the time security ifike ni ngumu. But kile moja tu ningeomba officers tufanye kazi, na tufanye kazi 24 hours kwa sababu kando na kutumikia binadamu ya also serving God. Kwa hivyo saa tunaomba security ya officers, saa zingine wanapata injuries, saa zingine wengine hata wanakufa kazini. Although Kajiado we don't have one case, but kuna wale wamekuwa injured katika wakifanya kazi. Tunaomba tu ensure timely claims processing for those serving in the public. We also request that if possible, we get a specialized health facility for 𝐷𝐀 officers established at the region level to provide quality health care to 𝐷𝐀 officers and their immediate family. So again, on newly employed officers, sometimes your salary delay for a long time. Like for example, I have a colleague of mine, aliajiriwa last year January. This year January ndiye amepata salary. And I think she's here, she's marrying Getarian, alikaa 1 full year bila salary, of which inakuwa almost demoralizing ukifanya kazi na hujapata mshahara kwa wakati unaofaa. Again, Saa tuko na wazee wa mitaa, village elders ambao tunafanya kazi na wao. We kindly request your office to institutionalize and standardize payment for village elders to strengthen the support roles in the governance and dispute resolution at the grassroots level. So these people are really helping us. Tunaomba tu uangalie kwa sababu wamefanya kazi, wengine wamefanya kazi kwa muda mrefu, some are even retiring. Tunaomba tu uangalie. There is also mobility of �WHO officers. Sir, we were given motorbikes there before, but some of them zimekuwa grounded, asifanyi kazi, kupata spare parts ni ngumu. Tunaomba ikiwezekana chiefs watafutiwe motorbikes ili waweze kufanya kazi. Directive you made in April this year that these officers be promoted to SCCs, and now that SCCs wengi wamepelekwa kwa DCCs, hiyo nafasi nao wapewe our officers, kwa sababu juzi considered most ni civilian, na kuna chiefs ambao struggle, wametumia school fees mpaka ya watoto kusoma na hawajawahi kuwa considered. Kindly consider that. Thank you so much and may God bless you. Thank you.
Salute ndio wende. Okay. Wale wataongea wasirudie maneno imeongelewa tayari. So tutafuatana hivyo. Joel akimaliza, Lawrence atakuja, then Eunice. Tufuatane. Ukiona nimesimama ujue umeongea zaidi. Kata maneno.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Joel Sapur. I'm the assistant chief for Majengo. So kwanza nataka kukukaribisha Kajiado town na nikukaribishe kwa sublocation yangu. Mimi ni area chief wa hapa na pia mimi nilikuwa mwanafunzi wa hii shule. So hapo uko nyumbani kabisa. So mimi sitasema mengi kwa sababu ameshasema karibu yote. Yangu tu ni kusisitiza tu that kwanza hizo locations na sublocations zenye ziko gazetted na zijakuwa funded, tafadhali tufrustrate hiyo. Na ningependa kuomba kama personal request, kwa sababu my sublocation is one of them. Na leo uko hapa. Siwacha mimi nijitetee kwanza. Si ndio? Anza na yangu kwanza tafadhali, kama itawezekana, as you promote me to kuwa SEC, kwa sababu nilimaliza shule last year, ule chief mwenye atakuja nyuma yangu kukuwe na chief na assistant chief mwingine wa Majengo. Sawa fundi. Ya pili ni mambo ya kushukuru, kwa sababu I'm standing here kuanzia kiatu mpaka kofia ni ya serikali. Hakuna kitu nimenunua hapa. Na siku hizo ukienda APTC hata hakuna mambo mingi. Unaingia unapewa uniform yote na unatoka unaenda. So tunataka kushukuru kwa hiyo. As a former student wa hii shule, ningeomba leo kwa sababu uko hapa. Unaona hii hall yetu vile inakaa. Kama unaweza tukurushia vioo kidogo utuwekee tu kaburo hapa chini, tutafurahi sana. So ndio request yangu ya mwisho. Asante sana.
Morning, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you, sir. My name is Lawrence Kelian. Senior Chief Kajiado Township Location. Tunasema karibu location yetu ya Kajiado Town. Mahali tuko hapa. Naona wenzangu, Madam Gladys amemaliza, lakini kama viongozi hatukosi moja la kusema. Pale kwa machief, kuna wale machief wako area kama towns. Saa ingine security hapo kidogo ni ngumu. Tunaomba kama inawezekana, sababu ulisikia mkutano ingine uliomba, wale wanaweza hitaji bunduki wapewe. Saa kuna kitu ingine moja kwa hizi matown, kuna kitu inaitwa pool. Hii pool table imekuwa mingi, inatuharibia vijana. So tunaomba kama ingewezekana hizi pool table zitolewe zote. Thank you, sir. Kama kiongozi wa Kajiado tumepata nafasi. Hii Kajiado yetu ni county kubwa sana, inatoshana na Israel, na hatuna public university. Hatuna public university na tuko na ground pale. Tunaomba saa sababu utaongea na president, tuone kama tunaweza pata public university kwa hii kaunti yetu. Saa tuko na ground pale farm ambayo waliwahi launch, so tunaomba tusukumiwe tupate. Kuna kitu kingine saa hii shule tuko ama ground ya hii mashule iko shida kidogo, iko encroachment, na tunaomba saa utupe support, na nafasi pia ni kubwa, tunaweza pewa teachers college kwa hii ground. Hatuna moja Kajiado ambaye ni public, tuko naye. So saa ya mwisho bado niko tu kwa hii Kajiado yetu. Kuna mahali karibu pale kwa hospitali ambaye tungekuwa na KMTC na kuna ground na ilikuwa inaanza, lakini tunaomba saa sababu umefika utusaidie tuone kama tutapata angalau watoto wetu wasiende mbali na fans yetu ya Kajiado isiende mbali. Thank you sir.
My name is Eunice, Senior Chief Maroro. Nataka kusalimia waziri wetu, all the protocol observed. Tunashukuru kwa sababu ya kufika kwako katika maeneo yetu ya Kajiado. Tunajua kulikuwa na kaunti mingi, lakini ulichukua nafasi kubwa kufika hapa. Kwa hivyo tunaona kwamba tumehesabiwa na tunashukuru kwa hayo. Sitakuwa na mambo mengi maana yameongewa. Nina maneno mawili kwamba vijana wetu wamepotea kwa sababu ya kazi ya pool vile imeongewa, na pia tuko na kazi ya mukuka. Mukuka imekuwa mingi sana na license imewekwa chini, kwa hivyo kila mtu anafanya hiyo kazi ya mukuka na watoto wetu wamepotelea mahali pale. Kwa hivyo tunaomba usaidizi kwa sababu ya hiyo kazi. Na kazi ya hospitali tuko na SHA ambayo inatusaidia, lakini tungependa tukuwe na special unit ya maofisa wa ngao kwa sababu maugonjwa yamekuwa mengi sana na kuna mahali ingine ambayo SHA haitafika, na tungepata special unit ya health itatusaidia sana. Sitakuwa na mambo mengi. Mungu awasaidie sana kwa kazi hii ambayo umetuanzishia, imekuwa ya baraka kwetu. Thank you sir.
Kuna kelele mingi sana natoka, a lot of also movements. Situpunguze hivi vitu jameni. Si wengi wetu ni watu wana nidhamu. So when the CS is here mnamuonyesha picha mbaya sana kumove. So ule ana move ni yule anakuja kuongea hapa. Hata kama unaenda kwa washroom kidogo, unaponyoka kidogo alafu unakuja na kaa without a commotion. So ACC Manasseh, huyu ameamuka, huyu ni ACC. Yes. Just hold on. Kaa hapa karibu.
Is there a chief or an assistant chief anataka kuongeza kitu? Inua kwanza mkono, sio ati unakuja tu. Yeah? Inua mkono. Okay. If we can have simameni. But just come, but point peke yake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mwisho. 6 of you come. Hakuna lady? Washaongea eh? Aya, so and then to point. The 6 of you point. Msiende kando. Na usirudie yenye mesemwa.
Hakuna kurudia na unakuwa brief.
Thank you, sir. My name is Daniel Kupai. I'm a senior chief. 1, Ololile location, Ololile sub-county. and I'm also the Secretary General for Kajiado County Chiefs Forum. I just want to say, to add one, that on security matters, we have a lot of problem on the ground because some areas has very limited police officers, and in most cases, when we have a problem on the ground, we ask for security backup, and we get a hard time to get a quick response. In fact, that one makes our work so very hard as chiefs and assistant chiefs. And to add again, I know many has been said by my colleague, the treasurer for the county, but I still want to say that, sir, even when somebody stopped here, our secretary, he said most of our chiefs who have degrees has been promoted. I'm one of them. I finished last year degree in business administration, first class honors, and I have not been employed as a ACC. I wonder which chiefs have been promoted. And I want to say that, sir, that one is an initiative that we need to when we finish, tumetumia pesa yetu ya watoto wetu, at least we need to move so that we get empowered and we get motivated. Even those chiefs who have stagnated, they also need to be promoted so that they can be able to do very good job. With those few remarks, I thank you, sir, for the good work you are doing in this country. Thank you very much.
Yes, just a minute. Let me take this opportunity and let us be understanding. Na ninaomba tuelewane. Waziri amesema ya kwamba kuja sema neno ambalo halijasemwa. Usije hapa kusema unakonkaa, unarudia ama namna gani. Inatuonyesha jinsi ambavyo kazi inakuwa ngumu kufanyika kule. Kindly, and for those learned, the CS has given an opportunity. Come up with an issue that has not been raised here. Don't come and repeat and concur. Already the CS has listened, he has concurred. No more concurring. A fresh issue. That is cutting across, and even to the police officers who will be coming. This one is cutting across even to the police officers whom we are waiting to come, and even to the civilian and the clergy. Don't come and concur. Bring fresh issues.
Mheshimiwa Waziri, wageni wote, hamjambo. Mimi sitarudia yale yamesemwa. Kwa majina mimi naitwa Joseph Mpatai. Mimi ni Senior Chief Olorika Location, Central Division, Loitoktok Sub County, Kajiado County. Tunasema asante sana Mheshimiwa Waziri kwa kufika hapa. Jambo la kwanza, mimi ningeomba Mheshimiwa Waziri, most of us don't have offices. We transact government business under trees or even in rented houses. Jambo la pili, Mheshimiwa Waziri, I remember sometimes back uliongelelea mambo ya principal chiefs. Ningeomba kama for every sub county kuwe na one principal chief. Na la mwisho, Madam Gladys alisema mambo ya AIE, lakini hakuomba iongezwe. Mimi Mheshimiwa Waziri, tungeomba utuongezee AIE. With those few remarks, nakushukuru sana. Thank you, sir.
Sir, kwa majina naitwa Senior Chief Daniel Kanchori, nimetoka Mashuru Sub County. Niko na mambo mawili. Moja, nashukuru manake ulituambia tuseme yale ambapo tunapitia. Ni kwamba at times tunafanya kazi kama chiefs, tunafanya kazi, ukipata ile makosa unashika, nyingi zinaenda kotini na zinaachiliwa. Niko na experience moja ambapo mwaka 2023 nilipata gari moja ilikuwa imebeba bangi, a whole X-ray ambayo ilikuwa imejaa gari bangi, na imebeba na ilikuwa na numbers tofauti. Iko na GK, iko na namba ya raia, lakini very unfortunate, hiyo kesi ilitupwa, siku hizo nitoa ushahidi na ikaishia pale. So ina demoralize chiefs kufanya kazi. Tunaomba saa tunapopata nafasi ama tunapopata makosa ni vizuri ishughulikiwe. Manake hata ukirudi pale nyumbani tena na upate shida kama hiyo, utapata hata yule mtu ambaye umemshika, iwe ni wa nyumbani, iwe ni mpita njia na anafanya makosa kiasi hiyo, na afikishwe kotini na achiliwe, inafanya sisi tunakuwa ni kama tufanye ile kazi ambayo inastahili. Nikimalizia ni kwamba sisi kama Mashuru sub-county tunakualika kwa vitu viwili. Kwamba nataka nimshukuru Mheshimiwa 𝐌𝐈𝐋𝐄𝐒. Mheshimiwa 𝐌𝐈𝐋𝐿, tuko na station ya Kenya Police ambayo wamejenga pale Mashuru. Tuko na ofisi ya DO ya ACC ambayo iko Kenyawa. Tunaomba saa ukipata nafasi uje utufungulie na tutashukuru. Thank you sir.
Thank you sir. Waziri, kwa majina naitwa Senior Chief Sombiroi kutoka Sholinge location, Senior Sub County, Kajiado County. Waziri, niko na mambo matatu. Jambo la kwanza linaenda kwa nakada. Waziri, nchi hii imekuwa na shida kubwa sana kwa sababu ya drugs and substance abuse. Na mimi nashangaa tutaenda wapi? Kama tumeona juzi imewekwa kwamba 47% wale watu ambao wanatumia bangi katika nchi hii. Na ndio unaona hata watu wakienda, wale ambao wanaenda kuprotest, hata mtu haogopi bunduki. Kwa sababu huyo mtu hajijui wala hata hajifikiri. Anaenda tu kukufa kwa sababu amekunywa madawa mpaka kabisa amefika mahali ambayo hawezi saidika. Jamani, kama hatuna watoto hawa, hii nchi itaenda namna gani? Na sijui nakada wanafanya kazi gani, kwa sababu zile dens, ukisema watu watengeneze pombe, hata sasa watu wanatengeneza pombe kwa nyumba. Mtu anatengeneza pombe kwa nyumba yake, ako na mashini ya kutengeneza pombe. Alafu mimi kama chief nakuja kupigana na kitu ambayo iko na a million sources ikitoka kila siku. Kama tungeweza kuangalia ile source ya kutengeneza pombe, ile pombe isifike kwa ground, nafikiri itatusaidia sana. Hii bangi hatutakuwa na nchi. Waziri, nachukua pia nafasi hii kwa deputy governor. Hii licensing ya bar ambayo inapewa license mpaka kijiji mahali watu wanaishi, residential, kwa sababu hakuna watu wanaobserve kuangalia kwamba ni wapi inapewa license na ni wapi isipewe license. Mimi naona kama nchi hii inataka tushikane pamoja na tuangalie hiyo mambo, kwa sababu hatuna nchi bila kuangalia watoto wetu na masomo ya watoto wetu. Thank you sir.
Kwa majina ni Charles Musara, Senior Chief �W𝐈𝐋𝐄𝐒 Division. Sir, mimi nataka kuongeza kitu ambacho haikuwa imesemekana. Unakuta kuna divisions ambayo imekuwa form already, tuko na DO na pale kuna ofisi, kuna mahali ya kuweka vifaa vya serikali. Tunahitaji pia askari huko wa kuja kutusaidia kazi. Kama in the one division inakuwa inakaa tu bila askari, inakuwa ngumu. Ndio tulikuwa naomba kitengo cha usalama pia �W𝐈𝐋𝐄𝐒 division, iwe at least every division ambayo hakuna askari waweke askari pale. La mwisho, nataka kuomba kitengo ya usalama ukiongoza, kuna hizi pombe za wine spirit zimekuwa mingi, na watu hatuelewi ni gani mzuri, ni gani iko kwa ambayo kwa license imepitishwa. Tunataka usaidizi kutoka kwa ofisi ya maskari ili ipate kujulikana yale ambayo haifai kutumiwa tupate kupambana nayo. Kwa hayo machache, asante sana.
Kwa majina ni Raphael Sinkira, Senior Chief kutoka Ololilai Sub-County, Iliwanata location. Jambo la kwanza ningesema tu kusema changamoto ambayo tunaipitia katika hii kazi yetu. Katika utekelezaji kazi tunakuwa demoralized. Wakati saa zingine tunashika watu, tunapeleka police station, the following day hata kabla hujafika mahali umetoa hiyo binadamu, amekufuata nyumbani. Ni maneno ya mashamba. Unasikia mtu shamba, ukienda kwa CIDs kufanya uchunguzi, mtu anakuwa na document na mwingine anakuja na mdomo, unashindwa kupata suluhisho. Hiyo ni changamoto ambayo tunapitia. Jambo lingine ni usumbufu wa wanyama wa pori. Watu wetu wamekosa amani kwa sababu ya wanyama wa pori ambayo inatusumbua katika kila wakati. Watoto wakienda shule kunakuwa na hofu kwa sababu ya hiyo mzozono. Kwa hivyo kwa hayo mengi ama machache nasema asante.
Bwana Waziri, nafikiri wameongea kabisa, ingawa wengine wamerudia kidogo. Tunaweza enda sasa kwa kategori nyingine ya ACCs. Ni wawili wataongea, kuna Manase Isiori na Eunice. Mungekaa hapa karibu.
Thank you, sir. My name is Manase Shiori, Senior Assistant County Commissioner, Magadi Division. It is in Langatawas, but largely in the former, or what we call Kajiado West constituency. It's a new sub-county, which probably most people they are not very aware. So therefore, all protocols observed, the CS, IG, and the security team, and the rest, and the people who are in front of here. Mine will be very brief, because I'm studying here courtesy of Jukwaa la Usalama initiatives that have been promoted. So why should we lament? I should not lament because, and the SEC have told me that I should not lament. They are energetic, they feel energetic because one of them or two of them or five of them have been promoted, and wanaona hapo bere mambo itakuwa sawa. So Bwana Waziri, we really appreciate that. And we see the impact that is making. And this is the real listening. I don't want to say the other word, but it is the real listening which is actionable. Yes, I don't want to say that word because it can be construed differently. So I'm saying this because the people that we are working with, the ACC, they are very objective people. Maybe the chiefs, they may think of cronyism and all the rest, but these are so good of Kajiado. That's why we have a lot of peace. But the ACC is somebody who is on the ground, mashinani pale mashinani, mtu ambaye amesoma na afanyi kazi kwao, anakuwa very objective. Na hii ndio engine, tunaambiangwa na mkubwa yangu hapa, hii ndio engine ya serikali. Because if you direct us and something is legal, it is rational, it is reasonable, we effect it quite smoothly. And they are saying they are very ready to effect all those issues. Again, the SCCs, they supervise the chiefs that you have seen here. The discipline that you have seen, particularly in Kajiado, where we don't have notorious chiefs and the rest, it is the SCC who is on the ground supervising them. Therefore, the SCC is a cadre that requires to be checked and to be mentored even by our bosses. Because it is that level where the discipline is improved and we work even harder. However, when I CS, I want to reiterate a few issues they have raised, because they are also, even when you have promoted us, not all of us who have been promoted. And they have requested a few things, which I will let even my sister to continue with some of them. One of the issue, and I'll give my own example. One of the issues is hardship. I've said I come from Magadi. For me to assess the DCC Elangatawas, mile 46, I cover 165 kilometers. That is Magadi, because I have to come through Kajiado if I'm using the tarmac. If I use the shortcut, it's 100 kilometers, which is rough road. So you can see the hardship, it comes out there. So therefore, the teachers are getting hardship. Just consider, I think that is something that can be pushed. The other thing is about career progression. Already, there is a clear right now that we are now tunasonga bere mzuri. But the training should always continue as per the schemes of service. The way the schemes of service written, it should go through that. Why do we say that? Recently, we saw a letter by public service where they have given a moratorium of 2 years. If, for example, you have been promoted and you have not undergone some courses, maybe say SMC, you have not undergone maybe paramilitary, the grade will be reduced. So some of the ACC, they are fearing that, and therefore that is why we will continue training us and effecting the promotion as we enjoy. The other issue is to do with the review of the scheme of service, particularly the entry. It's very challenging, particularly the entry point of an ACC. Some of, maybe the CS you may not know. As we are recruited by public service and we enter in job group J, imagine. Whereas a teacher or any other graduate enters in job group K. That is where we start. So it will take so long. So that can be effected very easily. So and it doesn't require a lot of money. So therefore I think Waziri, you can push on that. The other thing, because now you have promoted us, and we are many. Not one or two. And we can see the chances, the DCC, you can see they are very few. They are requesting you reward performance. Rewarding performance. Particularly as seniors, you may end up, there's a crowding there. They are fearing that you can end up being crowded there and you retire as a DO or assistant county commissioner for that matter. So it is good to reward performance. I think the other issues like fast-tracking the GAPU have been said because it will enforce us a lot. I will let Madam, before I say everything, the Madam has a lot of information to continue. Madam, welcome. Is also senior, enjoying the same fruits that I'm enjoying. And we thank you so much, Waziri, na karibu sana every time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Let me start by riding on the protocols already observed. My name is Muriuki Jennifer, the ACC Mashuru Division, Mashuru Sub-County, Kajiado County. I'm going to continue with what my colleague was talking about. He's already given you the Thanksgiving that we have as ACCs, so mine is to continue with the concerns that we have. One of the concerns that the ACCs have is the extraneous allowance. The extraneous allowance, as you know, as ACCs, we work throughout, and therefore we are requesting as ACCs to be considered for the extraneous allowance because we work from day to night. The other thing is the availability of vehicles. As it is in Mashuru, we are 6 of us, and when you come for a meeting like this, the DCC wouldn't know who to pick and who to leave behind. Therefore, we are requesting for vehicles for the ACCs so that when we are coming for a meeting like this, then we'll be able to arrive on time. Another one is the issue of municipalities. The municipality in Kajiado has already been enacted, but it's not been operationalized. We are requesting through your office that the municipality be checked on so ACC's offices. Mashuru, unfortunately, we have an office that has been built in 𝐗𝐿, but in Mashuru we are having offices, a challenge of offices, and therefore we are requesting even through the area MP who is here, so that we have ACCs that are built for Mashuru in Mashuru as a sub-county. Last but not least is the enhancement of AIEs. As you can know, the AIEs previously was at a certain level, but imepunguzwa. So we are requesting through your office, Bwana CS, weze ku at least upgrade that AIE, and we have the AIE enhanced so that we can achieve the goals that we have as a ministry. Bila kusahau SHA benefits. Chief alikuwa ameongelelea, lakini nafikiri hakuongelea vizuri. The thing that is a bit technical or a bit, how can I put it, a bit close to my heart, is the part about chronic and critical illness fund. It is not yet working. So maybe through you or through your office, you can liaise with the Ministry of Health to make sure that the SHA benefits are known to us, and most importantly, the critical and care fund is enacted and it is operational. Thank you, sir.
Well, Waziri, unless if there is another concern, probably we move to the next level. Iko mtu wako na concerned, probably among the ACCs, probably that. Okay, thank you Bwana Waziri. So tunaenda kwa DCC Kennedy Omondi, uwe a little bit brief kwa niaba ya wengine. Hebu kaa kidogo.
Call the OCS first.
The OCSs, kindly kuja mkae hapa. The two OCSs, kuja mkae hapa. Kuna hospitali moja pia ataongea kwa niaba wengine. Kindly you can also come over so that we minimize kukaa mbali. The DCI.
I think now we want to listen to the sub-county security committee members, representatives. So the sub-county commanders, the one who is representing Mr. Chair, after the OCS, then we will finish with the chairman, who is actually the... Thank you so much. Come, very first.
A great number of members of public. Some of the areas we are policing are very fast. Like, if I may take here in Kajiado, I'm surfing an area with a radius of about 150 kilometers. And we have only one vehicle. It's an old vehicle. Although it is serviceable, we are not badly off than the way we started. But this vehicle, we are given fuel at a rate of 15 liters a day. In a month, it amounts to 450. All the offices in Kenya, not only in Kajiado. The 450, if you divide in a month, it is 15 liters a day. And we are expected to cover a radius of 150 kilometers. So with the land cruisers, the engine capacity, with 15 liters, it only covers at most 50 kilometers. And that one needs to be improved. In some stations, because I'm talking on behalf of all the OCSs in Kajiado County, there are stations with no vehicles at all. It becomes very difficult to police the police work without having a vehicle. Because me, I can be called anytime, even at 3, at 2, and somebody is in distress. What should I do? I'm not able to move. and a citizen is in distress, I get mental torture. Because I cannot help, I start looking for, oh, where can I get assistance? Who can assist me? So it becomes a mental torture. It becomes very difficult. It becomes a toxic work environment. Sir, please, where there's no vehicles, improve on that, and we shall appreciate. It will make our work very easier. This issue of training, sir. Recently we had merger between the APS and the Kenya Police. Some of the APS officers were trained in a different background initially. When they crossed over to the Kenya Police Service, from observation, I'm talking from observation, it is a bit difficult for them to cope up because these are different services altogether. I urge if they can be retrained for better service delivery. Because it is as if we are forcing them to give service when they have little knowledge of what they are supposed to do. So I urge a retraining on that field. Also, for our serving officers, sir, what we have observed is that we have officers who have left training colleges 20 years ago, 25 years ago. He has never went back for any promotional course. He is not conversant with the changes which has happened. There are so many legislation. We are law enforcement agencies. We need to be aware of the new legislation, new gazettement. So this officer has no knowledge of what happened since he left college 20 years ago. And we expect him to give services as per the regulation which is in force at the moment. I urge on that note, if maybe we come up with some policies to train our officers regularly, at least in 2 years, everybody must have gone back to college, learned one or two things for better service delivery. This issue of shortages of personnel, we have not been recruiting for the last, I think, around 3-4 years. And this issue of natural peel-off, like retirement, death. So we are facing some shortages of personnel. There are some places which should be, we should open police posts, police stations. But with the personnel, the kind of personnel we have, we cannot make it. So maybe at the national level, sir, if you can engineer some, we do some recruitment to supplement our numbers. There is issue of officers abusing drugs. Our officers, some of our officers have gone to drug abuse. And these are the officers who are handling firearms, who are handling members of public. And the challenge, the serious challenge which comes on that note is that we used to have, it is good that our IG is here. We used to have a network at the police headquarters where we can take those officers for rehabilitation. Currently, there's a sort of breakdown in that system, so it becomes very difficult to assist those officers who have indulged in drugs. So, and it becomes a laughing stock when you have officers in uniform and he's drunk, and you cannot help other than maybe hiding him somewhere. So, sir, it is better if you can improve, if you can get somewhere where we can take our officers if they have abused drugs. There is issue of police buildings, police equipment, sir. Some of these stations, the new stations, has no office facilities. Like a case of Bisil police station, used livestock offices. There's no single police building at that place. And you know how difficult it becomes to serve members of public. You don't have where a governor might come and visit my office. I don't have furniture. I don't have a good chair. Somebody will ask, where's your toilet? I feel embarrassed sometimes. I say, no, the person who holding the key has misplaced it, sir. I don't know whether you can hold it for a while. So these infrastructures, it becomes embarrassment, sir, to some extent, because the chair you are using is very old. It has been left there since time immemorial. So we need to improve on at least office equipment so that it becomes also, you get even confidence to serve members of public. Because so many people come to my office. My MP comes to the office, I squeeze him on a plastic poly chair. There was a contractor who was constructing the public service board, county assembly houses down there, offices. I gave him a poly chair. It break down and the person got down. I felt embarrassed because it was very heavy. The chair cannot hold the weight. Lastly, but not the least, on the issue of promotions, especially promotions on merit. Observation is that it is good officers to be promoted when they merit, but I also urge all ranks and all cadre of promotions, for corporal, sergeant, inspector, whatever, it has got distinct roles. And when we promote people and we are not taking them to colleges for training to fit in their new roles, it becomes a bit difficult and it misses the point why somebody was promoted. So I urge all those people who have been promoted on merit maybe to be taken for a course befitting their rank. Because we have had a situation where somebody has been promoted from corporal up to inspector and he has never went for any course. And I think it will not augur well for that person to perform his duties because he has not been trained on his new rank. Lastly, because our deputy governor is also here, I urge the county government, which also has got roles to play in the security sector, like our towns, especially here in Kajiado, you improve on street lights because it will help us to police it better. With those few remarks, sir, I thank you for your coming. This is a very nice interaction because you have heard from the horse mouth, we are the boot on the ground, and we are happy for your coming. Thank you, sir.
Maybe kwa fursa ya waziri, kabla hatujaenda to the next level, iko OCS mwingine ako na jambo bani. No, hawa ni wengine, ni sub county level. We umeenda na yangu bani. Lete. Iko Aguman OCS. Lete hiyo. Hakuna OCS yako na jambo, you are 19 of you. Hakuna kitu ya kuongezea? So kama hakuna, ako karibu ukatwe.
My names are our able CS, our IG, and all the protocols observed. Good afternoon. My names are Rachel Dume, OCS Masimba, sir. And I have one article that I wish I can share with you, sir. The issue of welfare of officers, especially issues of medical, sir. We find that most of the time when we go to hospitals, we get challenges, especially maybe we have patients who are maybe in critical conditions, and we are told that they cannot be attended to unless they are admitted. And we get challenges, especially from the insurance. You find that you spend the whole day, the hospital cannot attend that patient. Whatever they are telling you that is that they still want more information from the hospital. So you can even spend the whole day with that patient, and he or she is in critical condition, and that patient cannot be attended to, or else you spend your other ways. So, sir, please, I think that one can be looked upon. And on that issue of welfare, sir, I would like to talk about issues of transfers. I'm a lady, and I believe there are other ladies, and I'm talking on behalf of other ladies and even men. With families. You find that your husband is transferred to maybe Northeastern, and the wife is transferred to maybe Coast Province, and you have children. And in most cases, women suffer a lot in raising the children. So in that, sir, I wish you could even look upon that. Issues of family, we are suffering as ladies for raising children without raising children alone. And then there's, on that issue of transfers, I also wish, if at all, you can also consider there are those cases where somebody is about to exit the service, and then he is transferred very far away from his or her home area. So, sir, I request the same to be looked upon. With that, okay. Another thing is on. It's also on the transfer on the medical grounds. Sir, we thank you for your consideration for those officers who are maybe they have complications or
can we have some silence? And also, you minimize movement. You know, as time progresses, you see chiefs. Naona kama ule ako nje huko ako kwa WhatsApp. Yeah, we want a high level of discipline.
So as you consider,
just hold on. If you have to use the bathroom, that is okay. We are all the weather and our age and all that. But you just go to the bathroom and come back. So you're trying to pick a story going. Yes, Madam, proceed. And then let's listen. People listen to you, you need to listen to the others.
Okay, sir. As you consider transfers for those officers who are sick, I also wish you look upon those who are about to exit the service that they may go to their, they may go and work to their home areas. And then another thing which I believe my fellow OCS did not touch is the issue of CPU. We have problems as the OCSs on issues whereby we are being brought some children, maybe it's during the night, and you find that you have nowhere to put that children, or to preserve those children, or to take care of them. So we will wish that if at all you can consider, at least, if not every station to have a CPU, at least in every sub-county, sir, that we may be able to assist those children who are being brought to the stations, sir. I think for that few remarks, I say thank you, sir, and God bless you, sir.
Saa ingine kizungu ikishinda mtu anaongea Kiswahili lugha zote inakubalika. Kwa fursa ya bwana waziri tunaambiwa twende the next level, the level ya sub county security teams. So but wamechanganyika, sio sub county moja. So kila mtu akipewa nafasi kama kawaida I keep time. They are representatives. Yes, across the counties. I mean across sub counties. So tutaanza na, do we start the DCC? DCC kindly come. Kennedy, Nyamboda. DCC amalize. So tuanze na APS. APS, kindly come. Then tufuate na the sub-county police commander, then we go to the CIA, then the DCC.
The CS, Ministry of Interior, National Administration, the IG, the elected leaders, all senior government officials present, all protocols observed. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Chief Inspector Edwin Ocheng from Isinya Sub-County. I'm the Deputy Sub-County AP Commander, ready to present to you the issues affecting the National Police officers. One is disturbance allowance. Sir, yes, sir, my request is that when the officers are being transferred, the disturbance allowance or transfer allowance should be paid upon departure to the next station. Most officers leave there, leave their current stations going to the next station, yet they don't have that transfer allowance. The next, mine is to request for more community policing in hotspot areas like Kitengela, Rongai, Kiserian. We realize that those areas are highly polarized as a result of the Gen Z's demonstrations. If we can have a situation where we can engage the youths, the Gen Z's, in community policing forums, then we may reduce the impact of those demonstrations. The other one is profiling of the National Police officers. Members of the public have recently started profiling the members of the NPS, whereby they target the family members of the police officers. Therefore, it is my humble request that if the officers can be housed within the camps, then their families will be very safe. The other one is guidance and counseling. Someone talked about drug and substance abuse. My humble request on behalf of the officers is that if we have guidance and counseling sessions trickling down to the lower levels, that is the sub-county levels, county levels, even to the ward levels, even at the station levels. We will be able to manage those officers. They'll be able to be corrected, and therefore the commanders will have an easy time in commanding those officers. It is very difficult to command an officer who is a drunkard or who has a lot of stress and depression. The other one is security equipment. Sir, it is my humble request with the modern security equipment and to ensure higher security within the county and within the nation at large. Now, the other one, mine is to thank and the two DIGs. They have always shown esprit de corps. They have been working as a team, and that has helped. We have been working as a team because we have seen it from our leaders who are leading by example. It is not only the challenges, but something good we must also appreciate. I must hear you. So thank you very much, Afande, for that. Finally, may I take this opportunity to thank you, the CS Minister of Interior, for creating time out of your busy schedule to come and listen to us. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. The CS, the IG, and all protocol observed. Good afternoon, sir. My name is Millicent Ochuka, the Sub-County DCI Commander, Kajiado North. I'm going to present a few challenges we have within the DCI in Kajiado County. First of all, sir, the challenges we have not made us not to perform. We have been trying. We find that the DCI officers, some of us have been taking long without getting promotions, some up to 20 years. And then on the issue of training, we find the DCI, we are getting few slots. When 35 officers are being taken in a squad of promotion, you can only find 5 DCI officers. So we request at the DCI that if something can be done on this issue so that we can get the number of the DCI officers who are going for training to be increased. We are also having these issues that the training of the DCI officers, it has taken some time that we are getting officers who are not trained, and most of these officers are getting recruited from the KPS, from the station level. So we request the IG, sir, if we can have officers to be transported from the station level so that we can have more DCI officers. You find like a station in Masuru, a station in Keserian, he's having 5 officers. These officers, sometimes we find that they are engaged in other duties. And when it comes, like when this month we had demonstration, it was difficult for the officers to mobilize and to get other officers so that they could have continued their operation. So we request if these stations having less officers, we can get more numbers through recruitment on talent spotting so that we increase the number of the DCI officers within Kajiado County. I've mentioned the issue of increase of officers. The manpower, this is always, I think, has been affecting our performance, because we don't get enough officers most of the time. So I think it has been addressed and it is going to be considered, and most of the officers have mentioned about it. Logistically, sir, I'm in Kajiado North in Ngong, and I want to thank the Sub-County Police Commander and the OCS. We have been having a challenge because of fuel. I have a Land Cruiser and I'm getting 450 liters. When it reached 20th of the month, the vehicle is grounded, and we sometimes share the fuel we have with the SIPO commander. So I'm requesting, sir, like the example of the demonstration we had, suppose it happens that we don't have a vehicle without a fuel. I'm requesting if we can get more fuel in case of such operations so that we cannot be grounded. I want to get straight to the matters of investigations, whereby we have been having challenges, sir. In Kajiado County, most of the cases, 3/4 of cases, are land fraud cases. And on these matters, we have been having challenges with the land registry personnel. When we have these cases being investigated, sir, we find it is difficult for us to get documents from the records of the land registry because the personnel are not cooperating with us so that they can give us documents so that we continue the investigations. Another challenge we have is with the ODPP, sir. Like the recent case of demonstration, we have these cases of demonstration in Rongai, Kiseri, and I think in Isinya also. All these cases up to date, sir. We took these aspects to court. The charges have not been preferred. Some were released on lesser bond. Some were released on free bond. These people are still there working out there. And so far, the DPP has not assisted us in any way or the other so that we can get good charges for these people so that they can be convicted. We have been having challenges, sir. And we are requesting if something can be done so that these people who were arrested, and if the DPP can accept the charges we have given them, so that these people can take plea and be taken to court and they get conviction to deter them from doing such act again. Another issue we are having a challenge with the DPP, the same. We have cases which, when the files are completed and taken for further advice to the DPP officer, we have cases which have taken 3 months. The files were forwarded to the DPP 3 months ago, since May, and we are not getting the feedback. We are requesting if something can be done to enable us proceed and deliver to members of the public. I have an issue, as an example, with a case of rape in Kajiado West. This case, sir, we have a challenge because we took the suspect, 3 of them, and the DPP has not made any not informed. Deus Yesu Magadi is here. Deus Yesu Magadi police station. Magadi police station. Deus Yesu is not aware of the same, sir. The matter was withdrawn. 2 matters were withdrawn from court. And in this matter, we found that according to the prosecution, they were telling us that the suspect and the complainant, they decided to agree together that the matter will be withdrawn so that it can be sorted at home. And to me, I find that justice has not been delivered to the victim. And these are the same people, sir, who are complaining that we have refused to arrest the suspect. We cannot arrest the suspect. They are being released on lesser bond. They are getting back to the ground. They are committing the same offense. Then we are getting complaint that there is somebody whom they suspect is a serial rapist and is a Tanzanian, and we cannot get this person because as per the operations we have done, the allegation is that this person has never been seen, and the people who have seen him has been blinded, and when he is cornered to be arrested, he is disappearing in a thin air. A fact which we try to get through investigation so that we can help these victims, of which we have not come to the truth of the matter. Hence, we find that these people who are arrested, taken to court, released, are the same people doing this heinous act again to these victims who are vulnerable and they cannot be assisted because nobody is willing to help the police to get these people who are doing this matter. At the same time, sir, when the matter is being withdrawn in court, no police officer is being involved. So I'm requesting in this, if the DPP, we are requesting, I think other stations having the same thing, what I'm explaining here, let the DPP inform the investigating officers, inform the authority, the DCI, the OCS, when a matter is being withdrawn from court so that we know the reason why. So it has become difficult for us, sir, to pursue these cases of sexual offenses to enable victims get justice. We have, as the DCI, sir, we have been using different entities to make requests to enable us to investigate these cases reported to us. And we have delays of getting letters like Safaricom, Immigration Office, the Register of Persons. We are requesting, sir, if something can be done to these organizations, the authorities like the immigration, that when we make requests for letters to continue their investigations, let them not intimidate us. They give us the relevant documents to make the investigation continue, because when a case is taking long, justice delayed is justice denied. So we find that these organizations, Safaricom, 𝐗𝐒, and the Register of Persons are taking long with our letters to give us feedback to enable us proceed with the investigations. Last but not least, sir, being that the DCI fraternity, it is through intelligence that we gather information to enable us make arrest of these criminals and proceed further with the investigations and operations. We request that if something can be done on the issue of funding this intelligence operation unit so that it can enable us to move from one place to another. The fact that, sir, we have these challenges every now and then in the police, we are able to deliver, and I promise that we are not going to let the National Police Service down, and we are going to leave service to members of the public. Thank you, sir.
As Tom come, Chief ndio unaona mnatoka sana. Ukitaka kutoka kaende tu na kaputoto kidogo, unasaluti pale kabla hujatoka ukeketi, na wewe ndio kama hii unasaluti tena. Ndio tuache kuona watu na mangamango huko nje wanalala tu. So, karibu.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Tom Achia, and I'm the Sub-County Police Commander, Kajiado North. Yes, sir. I'm here to represent the Sub-County Police Commanders within Kajiado County. And I'll request you to allow me to ride on the protocols already observed. My remarks will actually begin and end with an assertion that nothing has gone wrong in Kajiado County. Na sisi kama polisi tuko hapa na tumeshikilia. Na tutashikilia mpaka dakika ya mwisho. Hakuna kitu itaharibika. That is my promise to you. And on behalf of the police officers of Kajiado County, the sub-county police officers within Kajiado County, and after we sat and agreed, I wish to sincerely thank you for your visit. And the commitment that you have shown to come around and listen to us. We as officers serving within this county, we are actually doing our work. And we are proud to be in the National Police Service. And we are happy. Hii kitengo ya polisi tumeshikilia. Na tutashikilia, hakuna kitu haribika. And the success of what we do will principally depend on us. It will depend on us purely, and by the end of the day, we will be calling ourselves successful out of what we have done. We could be having a few limitations and challenges which are there. And we condensed this, and actually what I'm going to tell you is in support of what has already been said by the station commanders and all other police officers who have talked here. There is the issue of welfare and motivation, because I've itemized eight items. And the first one is about welfare and motivation of officers. Many of our officers operate under strenuous conditions with limited resources and probably inadequate medical support. And we request accelerated implementation of the housing allowance policy and review of salaries to match the current difficult economic times. And in the alternative in reference to how the police are living today, it would be necessary to consider reverting to the previous arrangement that was there. So that, I think some speakers have mentioned why it is difficult at times to reach officers because of the intricacies associated with where they stay. So reverting to a collective way of keeping the officers is something that we are really looking into, and we support that. There is also the issue of psychological support services and routine mental health checkups, which should be strengthened, and especially due to the rising trauma-related incidences faced during the high-stress operations. Good practice in management of officers' health actually should be associated with the best practice that we have seen worldwide. And today, research has it that Canada has the best example. And there are so many other countries in the world, especially in Europe and the US. So if we went that direction, we will be able through, number one, and number two, peer support programs, where those who are well trained can be used to support the ones who are less trained in trauma management. And number three, access to psychological services. That access should be made easy, because actually continuous. It never comes to an end. We still live and work under the circumstances. A police officer sees and hears, actually what he sees and hears, 80% is bad in a day. It's only 20%. It will never end. That's why we need to have continuous access to psychological services. And we, on the same training on mental health awareness. Health problems. So that stigma reduction campaign should be Number two of my main points is adequate resources and logistics. This one has been spoken about time and again. And with the unique nature of Kajiado County, the vehicles that probably we'll be talking about is not just vehicles, but vehicles that can manage certain terrains in Kajiado County, particularly Kajiado West and Kajiado South. Because the road infrastructure is not so well at the moment. We are also keen on beseeching you to look into the issue of communication. We need to have modern radios in our vehicles to ease communication. It also assures of the privacy that comes with the communication of police information. Because due to the limitations that we have had associated with ensuring communication, we have suddenly embarked, we have found ourselves using the conventional communication modes that are there in the name of social media and so on, which is not very safe. If we went back and revisited what we used to have before, we will be able to be assured of how our communication goes. Kindly, on that same vein about logistics, it has been mentioned here, but maybe I can just repeat that adequate fuel budget should be looked into. Then number three is training and capacity building. Refresher and specialized courses should be made regular and accessible to all officers, particularly in areas like cybercrime, counterterrorism, gender-based violence response, and community policing. We also recommend a decentralization of in-service training. In-service training programs within the regional training centers closer to the Kajiado County population. Like in Kajiado, we are a bit unique because we boast of two colleges here. There is Kajiado, there is Magadi, and we have National Police Leadership Academy, which in as much as its level is supposed to be a bit higher, but occasionally when it is not occupied, we could be engaging it to do some in-service training courses, training and courses. There's the infrastructure development. Several police stations are posted in rural areas, operate with semi-permanent and dilapidated structures. Actually, this one has been mentioned all over, and we are not an exception. Although I have to give credit where it's due, that the CDF of Kajiado North has done tremendously well. And when you go to the facilities in Kajiado North, you'll find that they have adopted the rural recommended plans for, semi-urban recommended plans for police stations. And they have done it so well. And when you go, you'll find stations that are properly constructed and with good furniture. We sit in nice offices. I cannot complain about that. But in the rest of the county, probably you will find that there are some limitations in certain areas which need to be looked into. Then we have community engagement and policing. We commend that the government support to community policing and Nyumba Kumi initiative be enhanced. And to improve this will improve the public trust. We suggest more structured community dialogues, integration of chiefs and elders in conflict-prone areas, and enhancing civic education on rights and responsibilities. At the same time, discipline and accountability mechanisms must be fair, transparent, and supportive rather than punitive. We have witnessed this, that along the way we meet such challenges. Actually, this is in regard to promotion on merit and discipline. And promotions should, it has been mentioned here. Actually, I won't emphasize much on that. That indeed promotions should be justly considerable and be timely and based on merit, experience, and academic qualification. Because academic qualification also counts when we talk of discipline. And number 7, the issue of personnel significantly affects operations within the NPS. And this is in several ways, and it is one of the most pressing internal challenges facing the service in the following ways. Number 1, understaffing. Number 2, unequal distribution of officers. And number 3, low recruitment rates versus growing population growth. So we might not be able to get to the standard of the global standard ratio, but at least we should try endeavor to get somewhere. And finally, there has been a remarkable improvement in establishment of new sub-counties and police stations to meet the dynamic security demands without commensurate funding in terms of AIs. We have tried, and we appreciate that we have really moved closer to the people in terms of the institutions that have been created, the police stations and the sub-counties. But unfortunately, the funding somehow is not commensurate to that. And on that one, we still ask for logistics. And that's why I say that urgent attention needs to be focused on this issue for effective service delivery. There has been a mention of allowances here by the earlier speakers, but not from the police service. Indeed, certain areas here are a replica of what we see in other areas where we call the difficult areas. So we are actually requesting that some survey be done, and if we find that there are areas in Kajiado County that will attract allowances, and that is the hardship allowance, then that be implemented for us. And out of that, sir, we are committed to upholding professionalism, discipline, and the rule of law as members of the National Police Service. And with your continued support and policy interventions, we believe that the Kenya Police Service can transform into a modern, efficient, and people-centered institution. We thank you once again for your leadership and for granting us the opportunity to be heard. Thank you so much, sir.
Sub-County Police Commander umekaa sana, lakini umeongea point. Ngojea tu tambea ni vile ameongea mambo mengi hivi. Uko mwingine yako na jambo kweli? And there are some issues out of the hospitals, the Sub-County Police Commanders. Huyu yako hapa nyuma onekani mzuri. Yako hapa. Iko mwingine? Tunataka wajue ndio wakuja hapa wote pamoja. I know there are few because so dakika moja. Ukiona nimesema moja umezidisha. Mimi ndio timekeeper. Dakika moja, nikisimama unakata.
Thank you, sir. Our CS, and allow me to observe all the protocols that has been previously observed. My name is Mr. Iphantas Kariuki, the Sub-County Police Commander, Kajiado West. I want to specifically talk about Kajiado West as a sub-county. I won't repeat anything that has been said, sir. One, I will talk about the vastness that Kajiado West covers an approximate of 21,292 square kilometers, and in the police network, it covers 2 sub-counties, Kajiado West sub-county and Erangatawa sub-county, both under one sub-county police commander. 2, within that vastness, it has got only 1 police station, that is Magadi police station. And 3, would consider the sub-county as a hardship area. Yes, 21,292 square kilometers, 1 police station. Directed to my recommendation, sir, I would request that we operationalize Erangatawa sub-county and posting on a sub-county police commander. We have got a DCC, we've got an APS commander, but you have no sub-county police commander there to assist us in serving the wananchi. Then we do request the upgrading of 𝐗𝐄𝐈𝐋𝐄𝐒 police post, Ewasokedong police post, and Mile 46 police post to police stations. That will enable each and every of the 2 substations to have a police stations. And then we request also the gazettement and the operationalization of Aeroporos police station. This is the sub-county police commander to serve members of the community within that Kisamis area. And lastly, we would request the Kajiado West to be included as a distributor for officers there to enjoy the services. Thank you, sir.
Wacha nikumbushe participant once again. Nimesema kama unataka kwenda Indian pale before you go out, then when you are coming back, you also salute the guest. And you remind me, you made him minded that msitoke kuwa na decorum kidogo. Kutembea ovyo ovyo sio mzuri. Ukiona watu wameenda wengi, kind don't go out. Ngojea mpaka warudi. So Bwana Waziri, niko na watu wa sub-county teams, security teams ambaye hawajaongea, KWS na Kenya Forest, na pia tuko na prison. Kindly let's allow them 1 minute each so that they can have some time to vent. Kindly tuanze na KWS. Mambo yako najua ni mingi sana. 1 minute. Ukiona nimesimama unakata.
Good afternoon, sir. Our Cabinet Secretary, our protocols observed. Thank you for giving this opportunity to say a few things about KWS and what we are doing in this county. Sir, KWS is well represented in Kajiado County. We have 6 stations dealing with matters of human-wildlife conflict and protection of wildlife and their habitats. Secondly, sir, Kajiado, we have a lot of wildlife in community land, and that is why we have a lot of human-wildlife conflict cases in this county. We are number 2 after Taita Taveta in terms of wildlife conflict intensity. We are doing all it takes as a service to ensure that we are supporting the community in proactive human-wildlife conflict patrols and also community engagement. We have had more than 3,000 human-wildlife conflict patrols this financial year. We have also had more than 50 community engagement meetings in order to support them in terms of wildlife human conflict. So also, currently we are having community wildlife convention committee sitting at Kajiado for the next 12 days. They are sitting to deliberate on all claims relating to human-wildlife conflict from 2021 up to date, so that they can be paid, the communities can be paid their claims. I can attest, sir, that the government is very supportive in compensating the community, the current government, because since 2023 to date, we have seen an increase in payment of the claims. We have had 176 million paid to the communities. That is what I can say for now, sir. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. All protocols observed. My name is SSP Charles Oturo, Officer in Charge, Kajiado Prison, also the County Prisons Commander. Sir, as of today, we have 1,033 inmates in custody across our county. That is 𝐌𝐿𝐼𝐋𝐄𝐒 Prison, Kajiado Prison, Kitengela Prison. Sir, our institution as at now, calm, safe, and very clean, sir. And I want to assure my colleagues, the police, that there's enough food for them to not to worry to bring people. If there are crime, watu chakula iko sa. Sir, allow me just to reiterate on a few items that have been said by my officers here. The challenges that face us cut across the discipline forces, but two stand out for me. One is the SHA workability. Staff are saying, yes, they are enjoying the services, but there's one issue about system being out most of the time, the down system. Sir, you know most of the discipline officers, they depend entirely on SHA. And if it is working the way it is working, and then now a system downtime is injuring it, we request your office, and so that you can push to make sure that the officers enjoy it very well, because we use it. And lastly, is for, they told me that hardship allowance. It has been said here. Sir, even you today, you can appreciate. Kajiado smells like a bit of hardship. Kombari si sana. So the officers are saying that they be considered alongside us. We know there are changes going on in the mapping of the areas. So, sir, we would really appreciate if that comes through. Otherwise, thank you, sir, and be blessed.
Good afternoon, sir. Bwana CS, all protocol observed. I'm Superintendent Ruben Otieno Chanda, working for Kenya Forest Service, Kajiado. On behalf of the County Forest Conservator, I'm in charge of security, forest protection and security within the county. So within the county, we have 3 stations, that is Ngong Hills, Namanga, and 𝐿oitoktok, totaling to 16,841 hectares. That is what we are managing within the county. On the same, we are also supporting the county government of Kajiado in protecting and managing the forest. Especially we have the Enterara forest in 𝐿oitoktok, that is in Kajiado South. So, sir, I don't have much to say, but I have 1 or 2. Our target as the county towards the achievement of the 15 billion, if you may be aware, in Kajiado we have a target of 620, estimate of 620 million. And we are doing good because we are getting the support from other institutions, the security agencies, and the institutions within the Kajiado County. So maybe I have one request, sir. When you are also considering the leasing of the vehicles for other security agencies, especially the police, the APs, please consider other security agencies like Kenya Forest Service and maybe KWS, because we have a major challenge on issues of mobility. Thank you, sir, and God bless you.
Honorable speakers, all of them, thank you very much. Kabla ya DCC kuja, nataka wazee wakuja hapa mbele, wakae hapa karibu. Iko mzee anaitwa Jeremia Teti, si yako? Akuja hapa mbele. County Peace Chair, mzee Teti. Iko mwingine anaitwa mzee Kodonyo, ule community polisi wa mifugo. Kaende la mkuja mkae hapa mbele. Kuna Joshua Sapul, chama de boda. Kuna Mustafa Abdi, mkuje mkae hapa mbele. This is your budget. Okay. So bwana DCC, karibu tuwe remarks kwa niaba wengine.
Sir, thank you, sir.
My name is Ken Maunde Nyamboga, the DCC Masuru sub-county. First, I want to appreciate your coming, and we thank you greatly because on behalf of my colleagues, we are longing for such an opportunity also as we saw you traversing the entire county, sir. As a team of DCCs, I want to assure you of our commitment, our dedication, our integrity and loyalty to the government, sir. Others have been shared by colleagues, but I want to make an emphasis. Relief food, and it has become a bit difficult when we receive relief food and we are not able to transport it to the destinations. You can take an example of where I come from. My last location near Konsa, called Mamen, up to Makindu, and we are supposed to take the relief food to the destinations, but we have no fuel. There is not funded. That's become a challenge for us, and sometimes even our colleagues, the politicians, become suspicious that we receive the fuel and we are not able to transport the relief food. That's one point that we request that it be considered. Once we receive the IE, it is get funded. Secondly, the deputy county commissioners, many of them don't have proper residences to stay. Some of them are staying behind the marketplaces, and sometimes it compromises their integrity and the service delivery. Three, we will also look at the issue of the vehicles that's been talked by colleagues, but also, as I said, you look at the distance, we have a challenge, especially when we want to actualize our work plans. It becomes so difficult to support the ACCs. It's so difficult. I'm giving an example, for example, of residences whereby I can mention one, the TC �W𝐈𝐋𝐄𝐒 who has no vehicle and has no residence. Sometimes it keeps on hanging that way. So we request for support in terms of mobility so that we can support our ACCs to actualize their work plans. Lastly, I want also to, on behalf of the sub-county security teams, talk about liquor licensing. We are not getting proper support from the county government. And I'm happy the deputy governor is around. Let me give an example of Mashuru. Last year, there was no licensing at all, but licenses were given out. And that's a big challenge for the police officers to enforce. We request your office, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, that there be proper coordination and collaboration so that we are able to support this community. Many of the points have been shared, but lastly, I want to talk about the furnitures also in our offices. We have no furnitures. We request for support. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Maybe kwa fursa ya waziri, kuna DCC anataka kuongeza jambo ile mbali. So you are happy. So lakini amuja proud ye. Si mnampigia makofi. Good. So bwana waziri, if you allow me, tutaenda kwa next level ya wazee. Tuanze na mzee ya chairman ya peace, mzee Ateti. Yes. You are reminded, just a point by point, without repetition. So ukiongea point yule wengine atakuja kurudia hiyo. Ukiona nimesimama unakata. So 1 minute, 1.5.
Our CS. Yes, na tumeweka kila sub-county katika kaunti hii, tumebuni kamati ya amani. Lakini tuko na shida sana kwa sababu ya resources. Tulikuwa tunapata funds kutoka kwa UNDP. through NSC, National Steering Committee on Peace Building and Conflict Management, lakini baadaye hatukuona tena hiyo pesa zilienda wapi. Kwa hivyo kufanya kazi yetu ya amani katika kaunti ya Kajiado imekuwa kazi ngumu, kwa sababu hasa sisi hatuna resources. Hii ni kamati ambayo watu wanajitolea kufanya mambo ya amani. Kajiado County ni metropolitan county. Tuko na kabila zote katika kaunti hii, na manage kukaa na kabila zote kwa njia ya amani. Lakini tunaona hivi karibuni watu kutoka nje wametuletea shida. Kama wakaaji wa Kajiado County, tumekaa hiyo muda yote na amani na makabila zote. Lakini kwa hivi karibuni tumeona ukosefu ya amani kwa sababu ya watu kutoka kaunti zingine. Sana sana kutoka Nairobi ama Mlolongo area hiyo ndio wana access kulete fujo katika Kitengela. Tunaomba kama ingewezekana tupate resources ya kutuwezesha kuendeleza mambo ya amani katika kaunti hii. Kaunti hii ni kubwa vile wengine wamesema, kutoka Loitoktok mpaka Magadi mpaka Ngong. Ni area kubwa sana ambayo tungekuwa na resources tungefanya Kajiado County iwe na amani zaidi kuliko wakati zingine zote. Na ninapenda kusema ya kwamba ningependa kutambua wakaaji wa Kajiado County, sana sana wala wa County Peace Forum, na ningependa kama hapa wasimame kwa muda tu kidogo niwaone watu wa Kajiado County Peace Forum kutoka Loitoktok mpaka Magadi. Nimeona watu wa Loitoktok wako hapa, wako wapi? Watu wa peace. Nashukuru sana kwa sababu ya kazi yenu. Najua tunafanya kazi ngumu, kazi ya kujitolea. Tusidi tu kuunganisha watu, tuunganisha makabila na tukae na amani, na Mungu awabariki.
Asante mzee. Tuende kwa mzee Kodonyo. Tafuatana vile mmekaa hapo.
Asante sana. Thank you very much. Our CS, our MPs, 3 of them, our deputy governor. Kwa majina anaitwa David Kodonyo. Mimi natoka sehemu hii ya Kajiado Central. Na leo tumekuja katika hii jukwaa kusemezana. Leo hatuogopi kusema kwa sababu hii jukwaa imesemekana ni jukwaa ya usalama. Na mimi pia nikisimama hapa kama chairman na county, niko na cover kuanzia Loitoktok mpaka Mosiro. Na upande mzee wangu ametoka saa hii, yeye anaangalia mambo ya peace ya watu. Na mimi nashughulika na mifugo. And I can even assure you bwana CS ya kwamba kahawa ya Kajiado ni mifugo peke yake. Saa hii ukiitisha mahindi ya kuchoma hautapata. Lakini ukiitisha maziwa unaletewa 20 liters. So katika Kajiado hii yetu, juzi tumekuwa na wizi ya mifugo along this road, this tarmac road. Na tukakaa na my county commissioner ambaye namshukuru sana, ametushikilia sana. Na pia ofisi ya governor. Ikawa mifugo, unasikia conflict kulikuwa Isenya, gari ilichomwa na wananchi. Siku hiyo tu ndio county commissioner kuja kakaa chini akasema mpaka nitafute watu wa community wa kuangalia mambo ya mifugo kwa ground. Na hawa watu wote wamekaa hapa, tumekuwa tukipitana kwa mambo moja na mbili kwa sababu ya mifugo. Tulifuata siku nyingine mifugo 16 tukaenda kushika Thika, not Thika but Nyeri. Tukaenda kutoa Nyeri. Tukarudisha mpaka Kajiado, tushirikiana na security wetu. Ile challenge tulipitia ni ya kwamba kwanza kama mimi kama chairman saa hii nikisimama hapa, hakuna logistics naweza tumia kwenda kufuata mifugo. Hata nikienda nikutane na watu wamezingira mifugo, mimi hata naweza chomwa pamoja na wezi because I don't have an identity card to show that mimi ni mtu wa security. Nikarudi kwa my county commissioner nikamwambia tuko kwa risk. Hii wezi wakitujua hatuna bahati. Mimi nishingo itaenda chini. Na hii kazi ni kazi ya kujitolea kwa sababu ya wananchi hawa. Akakaa chini akatupatia this card kwa kufanya naye kazi. Saa hii nimetoa tu kwa sababu ya mkutano, wanga hatutaki kujulikana. Kwa mahali zingine kama Northeastern, the other areas wako na watu wanaitwa home guards, wanaangalia mambo ya mifugo. Last time ndio tujue tuko na changamoto, nikaitwa na my county commissioner akaniambia mambo ya wizi ya punda, na mimi nimeshangaa sana. Katika community ya Masai kuua punda hata ni dhambi. Lakini mambo ya pesa na watu ambaye sijui wanafikiria nini, wameanza maneno ya kuuza punda. Nikatoka hapa nikaambiwa niende workshop Ugoso Ngidong karibu Narok. Kama sio my county commissioner nafikiri hata ningelala huko. So my team ambayo tuko watu 18 katika Purko tuko na watu wawili, Lodokilani watu wawili, Matapato watu wawili, Eldama watu wawili, Kaputi watu wawili. Kila eneo ambaye wako na mifugo tunakuwa na watu wawili wana represent that area. Juzi pia tukao na vichwa imepatikana upande wa what do you call Mashuru, vichwa 242. Na ningesema tu mbele ya CS leo, Kajiado yetu haiwezi kuwa dumping pool ya kuja kuweka takataka. Wewe kama utafanya uhalifu mahali utafanya, huwezi kuja kutupa hapa Kajiado ati kwa sababu mlomwe unakuja kutupa vichwa ambaye kila mwananchi akiangalia hizo vichwa unalia. Vichwa tu, is it true? Sema ukweli watu wa Mashuru. Nilitoka hapa saa 12 nikaenda mpaka Mashuru tukaangalia vichwa hata siku hiyo sikukula nyama wiki moja. Kwa sababu ya uhalifu ile inafanyika kwa mifugo yetu. So saa hii tunakulilia kama wa CS. Sisi tumekuwa na shida kwa sababu ya kuitwa vitu kama hiyo. Saa hii hata nikipata gari ya OCPD ama OCS ni vingumu sana mtu ya raia kubebwa na gari ya serikali. You know the logic. So tunatumia njia yetu. Kuna one of my pastor ambaye ni coordinator, can you stand up please? Gari ya huyo pastor huwa tunachanga mafuta ya kwenda kuvisit kwa senior mali ng'ombe zimeibua. And we are not getting even a single shilling. Tunajitolea kusaidia wananchi. So nikisimama leo mbele ya CS wetu nikisema tunashikana kabisa na tuko karibu na ofisi ya county commissioner, ofisi ya OCPD, ya OCS. Changamoto OCS ameongea ukweli. Juzi nimempigia simu usiku. Akaniambia mahali tulikuwa tunaenda ni karibu upande ya Ngong ukipita Loyangalani. Accident nyingine imefanyika upande ya KMQ na wako Land Rover moja. Land Rover ndio hiyo analia hawana mafuta. Unajua ukimwambia wananchi gari ya serikali ina mafuta, wanasema itakosaje mafuta gari ya serikali? Si ni ukweli? Lakini it is very true. Wanakosa. Mpaka saa nyingine tunatumia private car kama hiyo kwenda kufuata mifugo kama hiyo. So ningesema tu ndio nisipoteze wakati, tumekuwa na hiyo changamoto, tunasaidiana na ofisi yako, tunasaidiana na ofisi ya administration. Hawa sasa machief wakivaa hii uniform kuingia ndani ya raia hakuna information wanapata. Lakini mimi nikienda kwa forum ya wananchi wananipatia the whole information. Wakati tulikuwa Isenya tulikuwa na MP Mai tulikuwa na yeye kwa hiyo scene ambaye tulishughulika na yeye mpaka tukalete wananchi down, tulipata changamoto kubwa. Kwa hivyo tunasema tu kama ofisi yako wazee vijiji wakiangaliwa pia hata hii komiti yangu waangaliwe. Si ni ukweli? Waangaliwe. Naye pia wapate nguvu na wapate airtime ya kupigia OCS, wapigie fulani. So asante sana na karibu tena Kajiado. Thank you very much.
Asante sana Kudayo. Dakika moja moja na nusu.
Mheshimiwa CS, Mheshimiwa �W𝐈𝐋𝐄𝐒, Mheshimiwa Deputy Governor, my MP Memusi Kanchori and all the other MPs, hamjambo. Kwa majina mimi naitwa Joshua Sapur na mimi nitazungumza tu kwa